And one of the most used features for such a gorgeous 3.7-inch screen, of course, is the browser. And let's try to reload our home page here. So let's take a look at how much time we're connected to a Wi-Fi network currently. So it should be pretty fast. So as you can see, it already is loaded halfway. And browsing and scrolling actually is pretty smooth. The phone supports multi-touch. Finally, some Sony Ericsson phones previously didn't support multi-touch, but the latest phones from the Xperia lineup support multi-touch, and you can also gradually zoom using the controls here. So overall, the browser runs pretty fluidly, and it supports Flash as well. So you can play your favorite videos online or view all the commercials. All the ads are made using Flash. So that's one of the main advantages of Android over other operating systems like iOS. And you also have the settings here. So that's pretty much your standard Android Gingerbread browser. On the home screen of the Xperia Neo, you can also find some elements left from the skinning, from the heavy skinning Sony Ericsson used to do before. Namely, there's the timescape widget, which is currently realized as a widget, and you also have leftovers from the Mediascape widgets. You can see that's actually some shortcuts to the gallery application, the music app, and the FM radio. So let's try and open the media gallery, and it takes you to the standard Android Gingerbread media library. And if you tilt the phone, it tilts slightly. So let's take a look at some of the images which look great on the mobile BRAVIA engine, the same that Sony Ericsson use on their HD TVs. So let's take a look at the wallpapers we have here, and we'll put the phone in landscape mode. Maybe just port it for these pictures. So this is what we have. Very sharp, very nice contrast on these images. As you can see here, multi-touch works pretty good as well. And the 3.7-inch screen gives plenty of room for the keyboard and typing. So the keyboard looks slightly different than the standard Android one. As you can see, you have those animations when you press a button. It's pretty convenient. We find this button kind of small for switching to the symbols, but except for that, it's a very convenient keyboard. And when we switch to landscape mode, the keyboard fills, of course, the whole screen. You have the QWERTY input, which is even better. So that's the keyboard on the Xperia Neo. Android is of course made by Google, so one of the best thing about it is the Gmail client. Many people nowadays use Gmail, so let's take a look at how this looks on the Xperia Neo. So let's open up an email. So we have an email here, and it supports threaded conversations, and you can also change labels or add a star or mark it as an unread, and that's how your inbox looks like. Overall, that's a pretty robust Gmail client, and probably the best Gmail client out there now. The music applications is slightly tweaked in comparison to the standard one on the Gingerbread. You have the infinity button, which allows you to get some additional information about your songs, and you also have playlists. You can have your most played or newly added tracks. So let's check out some of the newly added tracks we have here. And as you can hear, we've pumped up the volume to the maximum, and it sounds pretty clear. The sound is very good. We love the sound performance of the Xperia Neo. And if we switch to landscape mode, we get this layout, which is pretty similar to the one we see in portrait mode. So that's the music player on the Xperia Neo. This is a multi-part video. Please click on any of the links to go to the corresponding section.